So one question that we're going to consider when we go through this class and you're doing some coding is what makes good code good? Like, why is some code better than other? And I'm sure that if a few of you go on, or a lot of you go on to be computer programmers someday, you'll probably come back to me and be like, Mr. Cowan, this explanation is way too simple. There's so much more that goes into what makes good code good code. And I will say, yep, you're right. But for now, while we're just getting started and learning, here's the two things that I think are important to remember as we go through and start to learn how to write code. One thing that makes good code good is that it does what you want it to do. That's the thing. Code is just a series of directions to tell a program to do something. So you want your code to do what you want it to do. You also want to use the fewest lines of code possible. You want to use the least amount of information to communicate the idea that your code's trying to communicate. And the reason for that is that your computer has to read that code in order to do the thing your code's telling it to do. Or the program has to read that code to do the thing that your code's telling it to do. And if it takes longer to read it because there's more of it, then the program or the code will run slower. And so if it's less code, it means faster program. So as long as you can make the code do the thing you want it to do in the least amount of code possible, you're writing the best kind of code. Here's an example. If I look at this right here, I have a problem. I have to draw this box. And so let's see if I did it. I did. Look at that. Now, here's the thing. On this problem, I said they should move forward by 100, turn right, move forward by 100, turn right, move forward by 100, turn right, move forward by 100, turn right. Well, that covered me. They did the whole thing. They did the box. But that's a lot of code. I used 9 blocks of code to do this. So the question would be, well, is there a way I could do the exact same thing just as well, but not have to work so hard? One of the things I love about using computers is it helps you do better things and work less hard, which to me is beautiful. You're doing something legitimately better, but you're working less hard at it. It's like a win-win. So can I do something, but can I work less hard at it? Well, in this case, I can do the exact same thing, and I can work less hard at it. Right here. I'm only going to use 4 blocks. I'm going to say move forward by 100, turn right, but then I want you to repeat this 4 times. I use this repeat block, and I just told it, repeat this. Just do this 4 times. Watch what happens. Done. So I did the exact same thing, but I just used less code. So it worked, it did the same thing I wanted to, but I used less code. So those are the 2 things that we're looking for when we write code. Make it do what you want to, and make it use the least amount of code possible.